Bring us in, sister.
Welcome back, guys, to Link in Bio. I'm Jenny.
And I am Alejandro. And how are you?
I'm good, brother. It's a great Wednesday.
I'm a little pissed. I'm
Why?
sorry, guys. They
What
moved
happened?
my car. I get here early. I park right in the front, and apparently I can't park there
You're
anymore.
starting to be like a little diva.
Well, that's the one thing I have in this world, bro. This is the only spot I have some say in something. But anyways, we have a crazy show.
We do have a crazy show. Not only a crazy host, but a crazy show.
Wow. Okay. Well, speaking of getting called out, American Airlines gets called out.
Oh.
Vaping is coming for your heart, and not in a good way.
Oh, no.
And microplastics are hiding in any. I'm not gonna say more. Just they're hiding in crazy places.
Oh, I wonder where. We also chop it up with Rob, the original, and Olympian Melissa Ortiz hangs with us.
Hey,
Yeah.
que chimba, brother. Get it? Chimba, because I know some Colombian slang.
For sure.
She's Colombian. That's why I said that.
Yeah,
Anyways,
but let's get into it.
let me go get my car after this. In North Carolina, a police officer used his knee to pin down a 7-year-old student with autism for more than 30 minutes and handcuffed him. Mm-hmm. The student had spit at a teacher while being disciplined for tapping his pencil. And the officer said that the student could go to jail.
Oh my God. Well, apparently the child's mother said her son was completely limp from being pinned down and that the trauma from this has truly created PTSD. Like, you imagine, brother? Even more so like you're a kid, but a kid with disabilities, it's like they're more sensitive to things. So it's like the trauma, you know?
Mm-hmm. And it's crazy because hundreds of students are being arrested at elementary schools every year. And it's often violent. It's never, with compassion or like any kind of, sensitiveness to this. And there are several other cases of children with autism being pinned down and handcuffed.
And children with disabilities like autism or like ADHD are 4 times more likely to be arrested in school. And actually, Black elementary school students make up almost half of all these arrests.
But get this. A study shows that police see students of color as a threat. Meanwhile, white students are in need of protection.
I mean, just like that they have like teachers for kids with disabilities, there should be special police officers I know like children and disciplining and everything, but there should be special police officers for that because I don't think they require the same discipline. You know what I mean?
100%. I mean, like, again, there's like special ed teachers and then just, teachers for just general students. And it's just like, because it's like they understand that there's different, learning capacities and like the patience.
Definitely.
The cops that come in, they're just cops.
Exactly.
Like, they're just, the student understands. Like, no, they don't. Like,
yeah. So it's crazy that this is happening. Okay, brother, people are talking on Reddit about a letter from American Airlines confirming how much new flight attendants will earn. The letter says they'll make about $27,000 a year before bonuses and taxes.
$27K?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, brother, all that turbulence and dealing with annoying ass passengers is worth way more than $27K. In my opinion.
No, yeah.
My humble opinion.
Well, look. Let's talk about, remember the flight to New York? He said the guy, tell a story. It was a good story. Like, my God.
Okay. Dude, there was this guy that kept, he'd order like cans of soda and just stomp on them fucking mid-flight, literally like throughout the flight. I don't know how many sodas he ordered. And the kid yacked at the end of the flight.
Oh, I remember that though.
Yeah.
It's like, let it out.
Yeah, and I'm just like...
Imagine
dealing with that.
Carry-on, right?
Yeah, like you're like, imagine, brother, dealing with that, and this is how much.
And that's only like scratching the surface. I'm sure there's even more intense stuff, but like, you know what? Maybe American Airlines should take a note from Singapore Airlines. You hear about that?
I haven't.
Well, they're setting the bar because they're blessing their employees. They're hooking them up.
Ooh,
so they had record profits, and so they're giving their employees nearly 8 months of salary as like hey, you know what? We had a good year, guys. Here you go. So they don't get a pizza party. Or maybe they do get a pizza party, but in addition, they also get some cash money.
Oh my goodness.
Take notes, American Airlines. Everybody, take notes. Even, no, it's okay. No, but I mean, come on.
But dude, they're gonna think that Americans are cold as hell.
We are.
Well, because it's called American Airlines, they're gonna be like, dude, freaking Americans son bien codos, and
I wonder if they're actually owned by an American corporation.
I don't know, brother, but this is sad.
Well, I mean, I guess I know who I'm flying with.
Are the free flights worth it? Let us know.
Target is reducing prices on 5,000 items. Ooh. It's like, things like milk, meat, snacks, and they hope to attract customers that are worried about rising prices. Mm-hmm. So basically, Target is like, happy summer. We're going to chill on the price gouging for a second and let you get some shopping done.
Well, so far, they've cut prices on 1,500 items and plan to lower more throughout the summer. Dang. So Clorox scented wipes, they were $5.79. Now they're $4.99. Liquid laundry detergent was $13.69. Now it's $12.99.
Take my money.
Well, is that enough for you, brother? Like, is that worth you cheating on Costco?
Oh, whoa. Hold on. I like Target, but Costco's big. I mean, look, it's there's some good. Was it the Target app, the Target Circle app? Shout out Target Circle. But I don't know. I mean, there's some stuff, right? But isn't it just kind of weird that like they're lowering the prices now because they want to bring people in? Like they could have lowered it all along and still made a profit.
Playing
but now,
with it.
That's what it is. They're playing with us.
Like
but anyways, it's funny because President Biden had to flex and he had to jump on X. And remind everyone that he was the one that called out, grocery chains and stores that were making record profits to lower their prices. So President Biden is taking credit for this. Other major retailers like IKEA and all, they've been reducing prices in recent months in an attempt to reattract customers into stores and tap back into our pockets. Since the inflation, essentially like inflation has been frying us. So they're trying to help us out.
Like la gente como que right now le están pensando, Even with my business, I could feel like, okay, le están pensando, people go to the site, pero it takes a little while, a few days for them to buy.
Like stuff's in the cart.
Yeah. There you go.
So they put stuff in the cart, but they're like,
So I guess this is what they want to do, is get them in and, okay, it's cheap right now. It's cheaper. Might as well get it.
But then
they're good with impulse buying. So let us know if you think Target is going to be the spot this summer.
Ooh, I like that. In news that everyone expected, vaping kills.
A study published in 2024 suggests the use of electronic nicotine products increases a person's chance of experiencing heart failure.
The study also concluded that people who use e-cigarettes at any point were 19% more likely to develop heart failure compared to those who hadn't, and that roughly 5 to 10% of US teenagers use e-cigarettes. So essentially it sounds like, you quit smoking to go to vaping. It's kind of like you quit doing cocaine to start doing crack.
It sounds about right, brother. Our lungs have been cooked so long. First, it was, the hookah pandemic?
Everybody had hookah.
Everyone had hookah.
And my friend's dad had hookah, and we were like...
Oh, yeah, just blowing O's and shit.
Oh, you're a pro.
Hey, that was a thing, the hookah bars. Then the rise and fall of Juul. Remember that?
Mm-hmm. The USB things, yeah.
And now we have to resist vape flavors because they're targeting my Mexican ass. Like, what the fuck? Why is there an horchata flavored vape?
There's no horchata flavor?
Yeah. See?
I'm just curious. I'm just like, imagine there's like a chamoy.
Well, there probably is, brother.
Carne
They want
asada.
us, like, they know that that's like the bait, like, for us. They know, oh, dude,
got us.
You know what? ¿Sabes qué? A concha flavored.
Hey, don't give them ideas, sister. Stay strong. Vaping kills, remember that.
Yes,
my
this
God.
is true. Anywho, vaping kills, guys.
Don't vape.
Be careful. Microplastics have been found in human testicles, and researchers believe this could be linked to declining sperm counts in men.
Well, not to flex, but I don't think they affected me that much because I just had a baby. And it was like in a try. I think it was 2 tries. Like I remember this 2 times, like, are you sure? And she's like, yeah, just do it. And I'm like, okay. And then, that's how I remember it happening. But anyway, sorry, hashtag respectfully. Sorry, babe. But she always gets mad at me. Like, you always talk about our sex life out there. I'm like, we're adults. But anyways, go ahead.
How did that go from microplastic testicles?
Because it decreases the sperm count.
Okay, well, scientists tested 23 human testicles and 47 dog testicles, finding microplastic pollution in every sample. Well, joke's on you guys because my dog don't have testicles.
Wait, Charles doesn't have... You got neutered?
Yeah, he did.
Oh,
yeah. He's happy
Charles.
though. He's good. He's chill.
No, he's living the freaking best life.
Oh,
snoring
for
in your
sure.
videos and stuff. Like,
But
he's
definitely.
chilling.
They don't get in the way. Like, it's good.
But they have found microplastics in breast milk, human blood, placentas, showing widespread contamination. But like, how these little microplastics get to our ball sacks?
I know.
You do.
Recent evidence indicates that humans constantly inhale and ingest microplastic through contaminated seafood, sushi, including fish and shellfish, the ceviche or whatever. And additionally, microplastics have been found in tap water, bottled water, las botitas de agua, and even commonly consumed beverages such as beer and salt.
Should we be worried? Like, I'm like, everything you listed is stuff that I consume. So I'm just like,
well, brother, no pasa nada.
yeah, microplastics.
Maybe we should stop making things with so much plastic.
How do we carry the water?
Glass?
Oh, duh. You know what, sister? You're onto something.
Bro, people in Chicago are doing some wild scams for visas, bro.
Like Visa credit cards or?
Nah, like visa, like papeles, like to stay here.
Officials believe hundreds pose as customers in businesses hoping to win immigration status by becoming victims of prearranged robberies. Wait, so like, how does that make them eligible?
So apparently, there's a U visa, which is set aside for victims of certain crimes. Oh. So they would go file the report, and then it would help them file for this U visa, yeah. So imagínate, basically, so these dudes were in a ring just jumping people. They were paying the robbers to jump them so they can apply for this visa. So imagínate you in CVS just like, yo, I'm in aisle 5, like, come beat me up, but don't beat me up that bad. I got work tonight. You feel me?
Well, apparently some people did go a little too far with this. Apparently the scheme had been going on for 2 years, but the fake robberies got so real that someone got shot as a phony robber. And one of the crews intentionally fired their gun, striking a 26-year-old in the abdomen.
Bro, role played too hard. Sources stated that hundreds of additional victims involved in these robberies are from out of state. So people are like driving to Chicago to get robbed for the papeles, which is, damn. I would have never thought of that fucking scam. That's crazy. And they have identified over 100 people who benefited from being robbed, and most of them are from like Latin and South American regions. So, you know, I guess marrying your cousins for papeles is old school.
People marry their cousins for papeles back in the day?
I know a couple people that have done that, unfortunately, but
well, I guess that's safer than
better than getting robbed.
In the
like
CVS.
Staging of a robbery.
I don't know, man. Just be safe. Get your visa, but be safe about it.
We are here with Olympian and former pro football player Melissa Ortiz.
What's up, y'all? Come
Hi,
on.
Melissa, welcome.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
We're happy to have you on. I'm a big fan of you as an athlete, but I recently saw your video covering your egg freezing journey, and I really related to it. Why did you decide that now was the time to freeze your eggs?
So I think there's a few reasons why I decided now was the time. One, age is a factor. So I'm 34, going on 21, but that's okay. I learned little by little more about my own female body and what that entails, and the fact that I do want to have kids at some point, but time-wise and timeline, especially in my career, I don't want to have a baby right now. Yeah. So when it comes to egg freezing, I learned that at 34, actually in your low 30s or even in your 20s, it's the perfect time to do it. Why? Because you have more eggs and also better quality eggs. So that was one of my main reasonings of, hey, I want to do this now. I want to make sure that I do focus on my career, but I also set myself up that when the time is right, whether that's 2 years, whether that's in 3, 4, 5, who knows, that I say, you know, at 34 years old, I had better quality eggs. They're frozen. And if at any point, and hopefully not, there's any troubles getting pregnant later on, I have my frozen eggs from when I was 34 and a good amount. So it was the best decision that I've done, honestly, as a woman and as someone that prioritizes her career, but also prioritizes her body over anything else.
Definitely. And, you know, there are a lot of us out there, you know, that are prioritizing our career and just, you know, other things like buying a home first and this and that. And, you know, some of us are like, we still don't have a partner, you know, so it's like I'm in my 30s. Like there's a timeline, there's pressure, and then you're getting the pressure from your family too, you know? So this is very...
Bro, you nailed it.
Yeah, you get it.
Yeah, the pressure is real. And as a Latina, even more.
Yeah.
And, you know, I felt pressure as a woman, as someone who, you know, I'm married to a Puerto Rican, so his family is Puertorriqueños, soy colombiana. And I just felt like it was always a question of, you know, when are you going to get pregnant? When are you going to have a baby? And deep down inside of me, it's like, I want to do it when I feel ready, or we feel ready as a couple and as a marriage. And that really essentially, you know, motivated me even more to make a decision on what I wanted to do. And again, coming from a Latino family, this is science, and this is technology. This is all new. Mm-hmm. And when you come from Latinos who are very traditional, usually women, especially coming back from my family, had kids at a younger age. So it was kind of like a shock. Actually, it wasn't kind of like a shock. It was a shock. But I think it's a shock, like for anyone learning something new. And once I fully explained what the process was, what it meant, they were so incredibly supportive. But I really, really had to, you know, educate them like I had to educate myself. And I think that's just something that we have to remind ourselves as Latinos, that yes, we live in a very incredible, tight-knit family or community, but there's a time and a place for everything. Sure. And when it's something so personal, you really have to prioritize your decisions and what you want to do as a person, as a career, as a woman, man, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And I know you've covered the World Cup. Are you covering the Copa America?
We will see. We will see.
Well, I guess in general, who do you think is taking the Copa home?
I'm a dual national, so I'm a proud Americana Colombiana. So if Colombia wins it, I'm happy. If United States wins it, especially as a host country, I'm happy. I think right now Colombia is the dark horse of this tournament, and I do really think Colombia is going to have a great tournament. There's 2 really exciting friendlies coming up, and it's like the pre-Copa America, and I'll be covering that on TNT. So it's the U.S. men's national team against Colombia, and then it's the U.S. men's national team against Brazil, and that's June 8th and June 12th, I believe. So definitely tune into those games on TNT, and if you go to the stadium and watch those games, one of them is in Maryland, the other one in Orlando. It's gonna be a vibe.
And last thing, where can people find you? I mean, I know you plugged the show, but just if you want to plug your socials for your coffee company as well, like that'd be awesome.
The coffee company is at Kickoff Coffee Co.
I see that.
I don't know if you see it. Oh, you can't see it either, Bucket. I can see it. And then my own personal one is at Melissa Ortiz 5.
But thank you so much, Melissa. We really appreciate you being on the show and you know, sharing your journey with us and like being super transparent with us on this subject. So thank you so much. A popular dining and drinking spot in San Antonio is under fire after posting a joke on Instagram banning Edgar haircuts, a bowl-shaped cut popular with young Latinos.
Man, why you do my boy Ralph like that?
What do you mean?
Oh, man. But the post showed a picture of a young Hispanic man with the Edgar haircut and the words "No Edgars" across his face.
And some criticized Ricky Ortiz, the owner of El Camino and other establishments, as racist for the post.
So we wanted to get the opinion from an expert. You know, the world's most famous barber, at least to me. Rob the original.
Hey, welcome, Rob.
Hey, what's up,
Thank you,
Rob?
guys. Hey. Thank you for having me.
Of course,
Yeah, thank you
it's
for
a
coming.
pleasure.
I know that the Edgar Cut has been causing a lot of controversy for the past few years. But I think at the end of the day, we're living in a different generation. We got to let the young kids, that's their hairstyle. That's what they like wearing. So I know at the beginning when we started seeing the kids coming into the barbershop asking for the Edgar Cuts, we hated doing those, because it's a taper and it's just like, don't touch the top, just clean the sides, and it just keeps growing and growing and growing. We're like, when are you gonna stop? But at the end of the day, I like my sister. I have a sister that has, my nephew doesn't let him get that haircut, and I tell her like, you gotta let him be. This is his time, like maybe later on he's gonna look back and be like, why did I get that haircut? You know what I mean? Just like we did.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We had the bangs, the copetes, the librito. We had like all these haircuts that were whack, but for us, we're cool when we were, teenagers. So, let them be.
Yeah. And what are your thoughts on the Edgar news? So like the restaurant and all that. What are your thoughts on that?
Too far? What's going on, man?
I think, sometimes, when we don't want to adapt to, certain things. And I know it's difficult, but in this life, we got to adapt to whatever's coming new trends, you know what I'm saying? That's why it's good to innovate and like think out of the box. Don't think of what's the usual, what everybody is following. But like, it's cool to do new things, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It's to each their own. In my business, obviously, Edgars are welcome over here. You know what I'm saying? And then also, too, you can't judge. Everybody with that haircut is not a criminal or it's a bad kid. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of good kids that have Edgar haircuts, and that doesn't make them a bad kid,
Definitely.
I mean, there's some sweet Edgars.
There is.
Speaking of like the requests you get daily, what's the craziest request you've had in the barbershop?
Crazy request. I've had people ask me for a portrait of their girlfriend. I thought that was pretty crazy.
A portrait?
Damn, that's dedication, bro. That fool's
A portrait haircut. Yeah.
Dang. And I know you can deliver. I seen you do the Vicente Fernandez on the back of the car. And all that. I know you would deliver too.
Yeah. So, the haircuts with the portraits and stuff, I did it to step out of the box, just to kind of go viral on social media. And obviously it grabbed attention because it's not normal, it's weird. And that's kind of how the idea came, for doing, art with different art mediums. It came from the haircuts. But, people don't usually come in and ask for a design that's like intricate like that. Usually it's, small pattern, something that they can wear, something that looks cool. But what I'm doing is like, it's not wearable. You know what I mean? Like if you wear it, it's going to definitely turn heads because it's not normal
No pun intended.
to see.
Turn heads.
Oh.
Yeah, turn heads. There you go.
What trends do you see in 2025? And like, what do you think is the next Edgar? Like, I know people are doing the peso pluma one, or what do you think is the next like top?
That's a hard one to tell. Honestly, everything that comes unexpected. But I think that people are going to start growing their hair out more like we'll see more long hair because, we were bald like in the 90s and the 80s and the early 2000s, but the fades, we were doing the bald fades, but now it drifted to, the kids are having hair. And I think that just having hair, it's becoming more popular.
I know my dad gets mad at me. He's like, cause like I like to grow my hair out. I've been wanting to grow my mullet for the last like year, but we had a baby shower, we had a wedding, like my sister got married. So I'm like, I couldn't let it grow. And my dad every time was like, no, mijo, es que te ves muy guapo con el corte así, clean. But I'm like, I like my longer hair because homeboy's bald. It's like, you just wish you had hair. And that's why I think he's kind of like, forcing me to like keep it nice and clean. But I'm like, let it grow, bro. Like, I like my mullet, but I feel that. Dang.
Yeah, I think long hair is coming back in style. Just like baggy is coming back as well,
That's true.
Oh, yeah.
Baggy clothes.
And I guess
goodbye skinny jeans.
No, yeah, dude.
Everything comes back. And then what topics are off the table inside a barbershop? Because I know ustedes chismean like there's no tomorrow too, like us, like us in nail salons and men in barbershops. So I'm like, what is something that is like off the table inside a barbershop?
Probably like racial stuff. It's off the table. Like we don't touch those topics. But, people still like talking about competitive stuff and also politics, especially in the area where I have my barbershop. There's a lot of, older white men. So we don't talk about politics. Yeah. My barbers are all Latinos and stuff, you know what I'm saying? So there's just, there's certain things you just don't talk, around You know, you got to be a chameleon. That's what I tell the kids there. A lot of them, you know, they're young kids. They think, you know, I'm kind of a little hood looking, but you can still be respectful and know how to talk to people and make them feel welcome. You know, I mean, it's all about who you're around. When you're with your homies, you can be hood or ghetto or talk however you want. But, you know what I'm saying? You got to know who, you know what I'm saying, how to talk around who.
For sure.
Yeah.
And where can people follow you on social media?
Instagram is the main account that I'm always on, but I do use TikTok, and everything is Rob the Original. So just go Rob the Original on everything, basically.
Cool. Well, I'll start growing my hair out, and once my mullet's almost ready, then I'll come to you and see if you can give me that Bukis, treatment.
No, I want to see.
Yeah, we can do a drawing on there.
Oh, there you go. Do my girl or my baby on there. Yeah.
Yes. Oh my God, I want to see it.
Let's do it. I'm down.
All right. Well, thanks, Rob. I appreciate the time, and again, this was cool. I felt like we were in the barbershop a little bit.
Yeah, it did. It did. Wow, that was such a good combo. Me cae bien el Rob.
He's cool, man. I want to hang out with him in real life.
Honestly, if I get another tattoo, I definitely want, that would be so dope if he did it.
Okay, so you get the tattoo, I'll get the haircut.
Oh!
Let's go?
But can you get the little caballito in the back?
No.
Get Izzy!
Okay, I'll get the baby. Yeah, oh, man. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. This has been Link in Bio. I am Alejandro.
And I'm Jenny.
And I'm going to get my car because, again, they moved it. And it's far.
Oh my God, is that what you were thinking of throughout the whole show?
Yes, I'm like, could I go get my car because insurance is crazy, bro? I don't want something to happen. I'm sketchy.
Well, thank you guys for joining us.
See you guys on Friday. Bye.